celý rok. Tohle není všechno. Budeme rádi, když se také obléknete do barev OKTAGONu, protože jsme vám přivezli novou kolekci merče a stánky z merchandising najdete u hlavního vstupu do Ostrava arény. Důležitá věc, dneska tady v Ostravě rozjedeme už druhý ročník skvělého projektu Tipsport Gamechanger. Tentokrát v létě váze do 70 kg. Je to Evropská liga mistrů MMA. Máte se na co těšit. 16 zápasů, na konci jeden vítěz, který dostane fenomenální trofej a také tučníšek. No a generální partner Tipsport si pro vás připravil také soutěž o vstupenky na hokejové mistrovství světa, které bude hostit pražská Arena a právě taky místní Ostrava Arena. No a abychom věděli, co nás čeká na úplný závěr na špičce té pyramidy, tak dnes se tady bude bojovat také o pás šampiona střední váhy. Současný šampion Patrik Kincl a proti němu také držitel dočasného titulu v této divizi polský věc buildup. To všechno nás čeká na turnaji OKTAGON 54, který v nejtvrdším městě republiky právě začíná.
Tournament of Champions and one of the best fight cards in the history of OKTAGON. Buy a pay-per-view and enjoy 6 hours of fun, suspense and top-flight European MMA. Patrick Kincl, pound-for-pound #1 fighter in OKTAGON and middleweight champion, is back. And he's looking to again unify the middleweight title. He will face Polish machine Piotr Wawrzyniak, who finished Chepo and in doing so claimed the interim title. The beginning of Season 2 of Europeans MMA Champions League, the Tipsport Gamechanger €1 million tournament. OKTAGON lightweight champion Ronnie Paradisa is in the best shape of his life and goes against two-time European MMA champion and #2 ranked German lightweight Attila Korkmaz. The legendary Finn Amir Khani dazzled UFC fans with fantastic performances for 9 years. Now he faces the hungry Austrian beast, Magomachaev. The dark horse of the tournament, Vlado Lengal, is in for the hardest fight of his career with the former KSW champion, Daniel Torres. The much-anticipated rematch, undefeated former champion Ligurski will be the target of revenge at the hands of OKTAGON Underground winner, Matusz Kohut. Former German double champion Grabinski and his battle with the giant star and champion of the largest Spanish organization, Akoidan Duque. Jedi versus the knockout prince. That is the clash of British rising star Wanless and the cold-blooded Swedish #1, Siraj. And one of Europe's greatest talents will also fight for his dream and legacy, the Namibian nightmare Nafuka, against the untouchable Serbian champion, Bogdanovic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is OKTAGON 54, Kincl versus Wawrzyniak. Buy a pay-per-view and watch the tournament from the front row at oktagon.tv.
Krásný dobrý večer, dámy a pánové, chlapci a děvčata, moji milí samurové. Krásný dobrý večer především vám všem, kteří jste tady v Ostrava aréně, v nejtvrdším a nejlepším městě republiky. Troufnu si říci, krásný dobrý večer všem baníkovcům. Zkrátka, vítejte na turnaji OKTAGON 54. I vám krásný dobrý večer, který se díváte na oktagon.tv. So, now, my name is Ondřej, here's Brian, English voice of OKTAGON, welcome.
Thank you, looking forward to this, Ondřej. We are back, the Tipsport Gamechanger starts again.
Yeah, Tipsport Gamechanger. So what do we want to say about Tipsport Gamechanger?
I think last year we got the first thing that was coming up. Now we know what to expect, and now everybody's really hungry for their part of the prize money. So now the show is really going to go down, and I'm really looking forward to it.
This was Philipp Harburger, German voice of OKTAGON. So I want to say that the last 20 hours was crazy. we lost 2 fights, one of them from Tipsport Gamechanger, the second one is Rochal against Neil, because he's got some sickness. In last 1 hour he told me he couldn't fight, so it's nothing what I can do about this. But last night was crazy, because 2 trainers have an incident with Akon, so what can I say about it, Brian?
Well, listen, obviously it's upsetting that it's off the cards. OKTAGON did absolutely everything to make sure, to see if this fight was possible. What we've done is now move it to Birmingham. And I mean, these fighters, again, it wasn't their fault. These fighters are the ones that should deserve to stay in the tournament and should get to compete. And they'll do that now in Birmingham on April 20th.
Yeah, I believe the most important thing that the fighters, especially Sahel, wasn't involved in that incident, and Akon still wants to fight him, so we will do it in Birmingham. Keita versus Sardar will be in Frankfurt, but next 6 fights will be today. And I'm really looking for it because it's unbelievable card. So let's talk about the Czech fighters and Slovak fighters. This is going to be last 3 fights, let's say, plus Amir Khan versus Makhaev. So what do you think about Lengal against Torres? Torres was KSW champion. He's got like all the cards in his hands, but still a lot of people thinking that Lengar really can win today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lengal is a skilled striker. He's doing his job. He's doing the offense, and that's probably what could give him the advantage, because Torres is someone who sometimes sleeps a little bit in the first round. He's excellent at picking his shots, but probably we'll see if it's not too late at the end of the first round for him to wake up. So that's the big chance for Lengal to win this fight.
So you think that biggest chance is in the first round?
With Lengal against Torres, I think we were in for 3 crazy rounds. You have put a mix of 2 of the best strikers on the planet in here. Daniel Torres also competes in Komkumai, the Cambodian striking art. You've got the accolades that come alongside Lengal, the boxing, the karate, the kickboxing. So I think it's going to be a fight which is going to be one of the most exciting for the fans.
Matouš Koho will try to beat Legersky, who is unbeaten in his last 8 fights in OKTAGON, and Matouš already lost with him, but now he says, I'm completely different fighter, and even in betting company, a lot of people are betting on Koho. So what do you think about this one?
Listen, do not sleep on the mighty Rooster. He didn't just make weight, Andre, he made championship weight yesterday, and that's a statement in itself. Legersky missed weight by about 700 grams, I believe. That, for me, is going to be the difference. If Legersky is sleeping and thinking he's fighting the same Kohu as he beat last time, that could be a huge mistake, because I think Matouš Kohu is growing every single fight from the Thai boxer he was into the complete mixed martial artist he is.
We have to mention also Ronald Paradiser. He's a lightweight champion. He's the king of this division, and he definitely wants to be the king of this pyramid. But Attila Korkmaz is not easy puzzle to solve.
Definitely. I mean, I was talking to Korkmaz yesterday, and he said that he's got some special, something special for Paradiser in the package. I mean, he's a skilled striker. On the other hand, he's a BJJ black belt, absolutely legit. With all the experience that he gained with fights all over the world, probably he has the tools in order to beat Ronnie Paradiser. But I mean, the height difference between these 2 fighters is just insane. They almost look like 2 different weight classes. So it's going to come down to the ability of Korkmaz to close the distance, and probably we're going to see an early finish in that fight, one way or the other.
A lot of people ask me why Makhaev is fighting Amir Khan in first round, and the answer is because otherwise this fight maybe never happened. So I want to see this fight.
It is for me, and I believe for you guys as well, potentially the fight that could steal the show, could even steal the entire tournament. You have the young, hungry Makhaev, and he is proven on many promotions. He's fought around the world. He is a phenomenal mixed martial artist. He is young and he is hungry. But you have Amir Khan on the other side, and we've spoken to him, you in depth, and he seems rejuvenated, reborn, remotivated because of this Tipsport Gamechanger. He apologized to Makhaev at the weigh-ins. He said, I'm sorry that I'm going to do this to you. He's also apologized to every single one of his sparring partners because of the way he's put it on them during this camp. For me, we have the young upcoming beast from Austria, and we got Mr. Finland looking to prove that he is still the man.
And then the final fight, title fight in middleweight with the longest king of the division middleweight, Patrick Kinsel, against surprise from last O2 Arena, Piotr Wawrzyniak. So do he has a chance to beat Patrick Kinsel?
Absolutely. I mean, last time when he showed up in OKTAGON on short notice, he absolutely did a dominant performance against Vlasto Chepo, where probably the majority of the people were counting him out in the first place, but he showed up, he got a very, very dominant performance, got the victory, and obviously has all the qualities in order to be the champion. But at the end of the day, Patrick Kinsel probably still has the last word, and we can only assume what kind of things that he was working on during his time off, and he's going to show up as a completely new version than we have seen before again.
So the card is stacked and we are ready to start, I believe. So one more time. Ostravo, děkujeme moc, že jste v tom zase s námi. Letos už se asi neuvidíme, ale příští rok budeme zpátky. Jste v tom s námi od začátku, znamená to především pro mě všechno. Turnaj OKTAGON 54 může začít. Ladies and gentlemen, OKTAGON 54. It starts just now.
That's right, welcome to OKTAGON 54. Unfortunately, Andre is getting mixed up. 55 will be in 3 weeks in Stuttgart as we make our first round there in Germany. Just waiting now for the rules to be displayed, but welcome everybody to the beginning of the Tipsport Gamechanger. This will be the lightweight tournament, the second time we've done this. And last year was incredible, created some of the most amazing moments that we've ever had. So for that, we are now, the stage is set and everyone is ready for the first round of the Tipsport Gamechanger, the second year, Brian, in the lightweight division.
I just got very excited sitting down next to you, Luke Barnett, and that is obviously for you, but also for what is yet to come. Go on, talk us through the rules.
Well, here we have the rules for mixed martial arts. They'll take place in a cage and it's shaped in a circle, the so-called octagon. We will have standing up techniques being utilized like boxing, Thai boxing, karate, taekwondo, and anything you can think of. And then if the fight continues onto the ground, there is wrestling, jiu-jitsu, grappling, sambo, and every other martial art you can name, all mixed together. So this beautiful violence that we call MMA. The fights will take place over 3 5-minute rounds, except for our main event tonight, which will be 4 for the middleweight title, which will be 5 5-minute rounds. And the match can end by knockout, submission, referee stoppage, or victory from points when the judges decide if it comes to a close. The deciding factors will be striker's impact, control of the cage, mainly damage is what we're looking for. And then we have here our first 2 fights tonight, Brian.
The official shortest prelims we have ever had. The last 20 hours have been absolutely insane. We have Porne versus Rajewski, both making their debut here, both part of this reserve match for the Tipsport Gamechanger. Janicic making his second fight here for OKTAGON, taking on Ebrahim Hosenpour, and then we move to the main card, and look at that, isn't she pretty? Nafuka versus Bogdanovic will kick us off on the main card. Then we'll move to Grabinski versus Duque. Legerski, the first ever lightweight champion for OKTAGON, will take on Kohut. Kohut looking for revenge in this fight from the loss back 4 fights ago against Legerski. Lengal versus Torres. Torres, the highest ranked fighter in the Tipsport Gamechanger, also former KSW champion, taking on the Czech legend that is Vlado Lengal. Then Mr. Finland, man with the best Tapology photo in the game, Mr. Amir Khani steps up against Machayev, the beast. And of course, Paradisa versus Attila Korkmaz will be our co-main event. And then we have our main event, which will see the unification bout in the middleweight division, Kinsel versus Baba Zhignac. But first, 2 absolute monsters step forward as the Tipsport Gamechanger reserve fights. Milos Janicic, representing Montenegro, will take on Ebrahim Hosenpour. He is stepping in the cage, waving that German flag. Missed weight yesterday considerably as well, but took the fight on short notice, 11 days. Unfortunately missed by just under 3 kilograms. Milos Janicic still wants to make him pay for that and wants to put on the form as to claim his second victory here in OKTAGON.
Thirsty finisher Milos Janicic returns to battle it out in the €1 million Tipsport Gamechanger pyramid. His first opponent in this much anticipated elimination round is the dangerous representative of the Berlin Spitfire gym, Ebrahim Hosenpour. In the first season of the MMA Champions League, various factors worked against Janicic, but after a few months' absence, he now returns to the pyramid, fully rejuvenated and ready for action. The representative of Montenegro has claimed each of his 16 wins before the limit. As we saw in his bout with veteran Jaroslav Pokorny, who had recently come out of retirement and who was stopped in his tracks by the submission by Janicic. With 6 different submission finishes to his name, Janicic has proved he's one of the more resourceful grapplers in the game. Having achieved half of his wins on his feet, he deservedly ranks amongst the organization's most well-rounded fighters. Ibrahim Hosenpour has nothing but good memories of his time in the toughest city in the Czech Republic, where at the beginning of December, the Butcher from Berlin defeated crowd favourite Mate Kuznik in the Ostravar cage. He outclassed the talented grappler and wrestler with his groundwork, which came as a surprise from a fighter who has achieved 5 TKOs out of his 8 career wins. In addition to this, he claimed victory over Marek Bartel and is revered for his highly technical striking abilities, all of which will make it a tough test for Ibrahim Hosenpour's opponent as these two go to battle in the Gamechanger cage.
First fight of the night here, Octagon 54. This will see this Tipsport Gamechanger reserve fight featuring Ibrahim Hosenpour. Last time he walked out to this arena was Octagon 50. He took on Ostravar's own Mate Kuznik. Put on a hell of a performance there. Kuznik known for his grappling, but actually Ibrahim Hosenpour was the one who put on a display of defensive and offensive grappling that saw him take that victory. Now he's stepping here, looking to take on Janicic. Ibrahim Hosenpour, a turbulent week this week at Fight Week. 11 days notice he had as he stepped onto the scales yesterday. Unfortunately missed quite considerably. I was speaking to his teammate Nico Samsonidze, who you'll see behind him, and they said it was just the factors of, you know, taking the fight, thinking he could maybe cut that weight into that amount of time, but pushing his body just too far. It became to the point where the doctor said you have to stop, and look, when the doctor says that's the line, right?
I mean, I have a lot of experience when it comes to weight cutting. If the doctor tells you to stop, I would say no. No, I'm joking. I would. You have to listen. And he pushed himself to the absolute limit, especially on those last couple of hours that you get given as well, where you've already been cutting weight for a significant amount of time, and you've been pushing yourself. Like I said, very, very short notice fight for him. So just glad that he's able and managed to make the walk, whatever the weight cut difficulties have been. We know he's got it in the locker, and he can produce incredible fights. And the opponent that he's got is gonna force that out of him for sure. This one is the perfect way to start off tonight and have 3 prelims tonight, Brian.
Yeah, these two guys do not know how to be in a boring fight. Ibrahim Hosenpour, his debut, despite it being a loss, was one that really announced him on this stage. Took on Karol Rysavy on less than 24 hours notice, flew, made the weight that was allotted, and then stepped in against one of the most dangerous lightweights on the Octagon roster. And Karol Rysavy, it was his birthday, Luke, and they thought, oh, they've gifted me somebody just to knock out and look good of it in front of the fans with. And, you know, that wasn't the script Hosenpour had read, and he showed just what grit, what heart, what determination, what the Butcher was made of in that performance alone.
Yeah, Hosenpour, you expect to come out and wrestle, and then he'll throw a flying technique, a jumping technique, a spinning technique. You never know what's coming out of this man. Extremely excited.
He is a coach's nightmare, though, right, Luke? He's a coach's nightmare.
Does not listen to a word the corner say. They could go home now. It doesn't matter. Their job is done. They just need to hand him some water.
Wasting no time to make his march. And his second appearance inside the Octagon cage is this man, Milos Janicic. Janicic, for me, what an exciting fighter. And if you need numbers to prove it, 16 professional wins, all 16, Luke, by finish. 8 submissions, 8 TKOs or KOs. He does not like to go to that 3rd round. Opponents really struggle with the pressure he brings. And for me, we saw it against the Jaroslav Pokorny fight. He's got great grappling. The heel hook that he set up very quickly on the ground in the 3rd round against somebody we know who's got great top pressure, who's really, you know, shuts down games with his style. He finished him in the 3rd round, made it, you know, a big night for him. It's been a long time coming, though, his return to Octagon. And this is where you make a statement, right? Not just on any card, but the biggest card of the year.
Yeah, biggest card of the year, biggest tournament that we have ever had here in the lightweight division as a reserve fight as well. He wants to be noticed, he wants people to take notice, and he's going to go in the cage, the Octagon cage tonight, and make sure that that happens. You know, he is primed and he is ready to put on the performance of his career. That is what he's been saying about him. He was very, very upset with his opponent coming in overweight, and he wants to cause damage tonight, and I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed in this one, Brian.
Let's see. So, they're both inside the cage. We will take a look at the tail of the tape between these two. 13 years the younger is Milos Janicic. Height and reach will go on the side of the Butcher, Ibrahim Hosenpour. Experience on the side of the Montenegrin, as are heavily the Tipsport odds. 1.2 to 4.01 in favor of the man from Montenegro. This will be a Tipsport Gamechanger reserve match. Again, we have a short prelims of just 2 fights before we step into that main card, and the business end of the tournament begins. The first step of this lightweight tournament, the €1 million tournament. But to get it underway, we need the man from Ostrava, the man with the mic, and the man with one hell of a jacket. I don't mean to say that sat next to you, Luke, but he's sparkling tonight. Ondrej Novotny.
Ještě jednou, dámy a pánové, krásný dobrý večer. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you in Ostravar Arena, and Tipsport Gamechanger tournament second season is about to start. Our first bout of this evening is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, lightweight bout, and the referee in charge is Petr Balej. Let me introduce you, both fighters, and we will start in the blue corner. He's 40 years old, stands 182 centimeter tall, weight in 73.8 kilo, represents Sayato Performance Gym. Coaches in his corner are Amir Taremizat, Matthias Severt, and Pujan Etasami. His professional record is 15 fights, 5 wins, 4 losses, 5 KO. Fighting out of Germany, Ibrahim, the Butcher, Hotsenpour. Across the cage for the very first time in OKTAGON, he's 26 years old, stands 180 centimeter tall, weight in 70.6 kilos. Phuket Fight Club, and the coach in his corner is Nemanja Milošević. He has a professional record of 19 fights, 16 wins, 16 finishes, and only 3 losses. Representing Neruda Cup team Tipsport, and fighting out of Montenegro in the red corner, Miloš Janicic.
Gentlemen, you know rules, fight hard and fair. Good luck. Touch your gloves. Okay.
Our first fight of the night here, Octagon 54, the launch of season 2 of the Tipsport Gamechanger. Ibrahim Hotsenpour, blue shorts, blue corner. Miloš Janicic, orange shorts, red corner. Set and ready. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Luke Barnett. Wasn't expecting that, Luke. Miloš reaching out with a glove touch beforehand.
Yeah, Miloš means business early. You see the anger in his face. Was very upset with Hotsenpour for not making the weight, and he comes out venomous anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see how he acts. Times very well, great precision on that jab so far.
And he is, look, even though they're switching of the stances, he's based out in Thailand now as well, training, working out there on his skills, and you can see it, just the movement, the loose, the low hands.
Looks supremely confident early on. Hotsenpour backing up, circling up against the fence. Almost looks like he's just praying there at the moment.
Yeah, you can see Hotsenpour as well. A couple of times when Janicic has come in, he's kind of covered up and just swung that overhand right. Oh, nice kick, low kick there to the lead leg, follows it up.
What I feel like Miloš is very good at and seems to be doing so far already is counter-fighting as well against Hotsenpour. Can be quite slow when he goes first, so he's waiting waiting in there, waiting for him to throw, then popping out and popping back in and landing a good shot. As he grows through, I'm sure the numbers will grow with it. See there, when he goes second that time, he threw the jab first. That's when Hotsenpour works well. He works well as a counter-puncher. As he comes forward, nice, lands well. So it's really about who goes second in this fight. Nice stiff jab lands from Hotsenpour. Found the home for that one.
Looking at Janicic, Luke, he's so loose, right? And this is one of the dangers with him because he blitzes in, covers that range very, very well. Oof.
Almost a headbutt from Hotsenpour, ducking that head in.
He just keeps ducking that head, looking for the heavy overhand.
Needs to be careful of that right leg. Left hook just miss. Skims and misses there. Switching stance again. Not really been very effective from the southpaw stance so far. Got dynamic enough to fight between the two.
Oh, it keeps catching him. That left hand does work.
Yeah, that nice jab on the back foot as well. And again,
and
that's
again.
the same thing. That's what I'm saying. When he goes second and he's patient, he waits, he does very, very well, especially against Hotsenpour.
Oh.
Because that's a huge speed advantage. But when they just swing at each other like that, it's anyone's game.
And they're playing a dangerous game now, both of them, Luke.
Yeah, I wouldn't like him to keep you throwing that left hook off the back foot because he's moving back in a straight line. So when he throws that left hook moving backwards, he leaves himself open for a big power shot. And Hotsenpour likes to throw those. Nice switch kick. There we go. We see the unorthodox style now from Hosaport coming out, spinning back fist, jumping kicks. He does have that in the bag. He has got a lot of tools.
And we've also seen he's got that switch right, Luke. If you cut him or you put him under pressure, a different animal comes out.
Yeah, he kind of builds off being. I used to fight a little bit like that as well. It took me a while. If I got hit hard, it kind of wakes you up and you think, oh no, I'm in a fight here. So maybe that will happen here. He also can wrestle extremely well. Can Hosaport, hasn't even attempted it yet. Another jumping kick there. Growing a little bit here as we move into the final 2 minutes of the first round.
Yeah, you talk about that wrestling. It was in this arena back at Octagon 50. The start of December last year that Hosaport out-grappled the grappler in Kuznik, took that victory by decision, a huge win, a huge name on his resume as well.
Just the distance control so far. It's working so well for Milos. Nice and neat at left hand, left leg to left hand.
Oi,
attack
again.
But allows him Janic to take the center.
You see on the side there of Milos Janicic the tattoo of Bruce Lee, and that range, that movement, you know, emulating one of the masters.
Yeah, it looks well when he bounces on his feet the way he is at the moment. That maybe that ties to nice right hands, solid land there. But when he gauges the distance well, when he moves in and out on his feet, and he's light on his feet, is when he's dangerous. But he needs a partner. He needs Hosaport to come and fight. When Hosaport comes to him, he's deadly. Janicic is just waiting for that counter shot there, but when he throws that left hook, I don't like that. He's overthrowing that, and he's leaving himself very open. Threw it again there. If Hosaport doubles up that right hand, he could land heavy.
45 seconds left in round number 1. Disciplined performance from Janicic.
Yeah, unexpected.
Oh, that body shot hurt. You could see that elbow came in from Hosaport. Still got low hands there, covering the body.
Moving to the final 30 seconds, Janicic really opening up.
Yeah, Janicic's 10 first-round finishes on his record. Like I said, 16 wins, 16 by finish. Oh, he got caught.
When he was going low to the body, he left himself open. But yeah, very measured first round from him so far until the final 30. We're moving to 10 seconds remaining.
Still watch that right elbow of Ebrahim Hosaport. That staying stuck to his side there. It was a beautiful dig, Luke. And again, it wasn't one of those shots that you saw him grit his teeth at. It was so loose, that body shot.
He almost seems disappointed, Janicic, as he comes back to his corner, that his nose might be bleeding because he's been he's like looking at him so disrespectfully to himself, upset at the first round and even getting caught by Hosaport. Feels insulted as he sits down on his stool. But it was the best shot of the fight was landed by Hosaport when he went down to the body the second or the third time for that initial left hand to the gut was fantastic.
So you're listening to the corners there. Pretty intense there from Ebrahim Hosaport. Very chilled from Milos. Again, open scoring here at Octagon, so we will know the scores as we step into round number 2. But for me, it's the movement and the elusiveness of Janicic.
There's that left hand that goes to the body, we see, and then he goes to both sides. Well, that hurt. That's what was the most connective shot for him. I don't know if we'll see that right hand. We don't get to see it.
What we did see
quickly.
Sorry, Luke. What we did see is the scores all 10-9 in favor of Janicic. Stepping into round number 2. Here we go. Hosaport, blue corner, Janicic in the red. What does Hosaport need to do differently now? Because that was he was on the back foot a lot, and again, Janicic backing him up towards the cage here, Luke.
Oh, that nice low kick there. I mean, I feel like he needs to double up his numbers. He's doing well when he does.
Oh, he's hit him! Left hand. Big shots. Look at this, Janicic closing the distance again.
Well, Janicic is a finisher. When he smells blood, he's definitely going to go for the kill. That right hand lands heavy. He needs to be careful and not leave himself open because Hosaport is tough as they come, and he'll stay in there till the end. Nearly hits him with that right hand.
He's dropped now. Oh, he got caught in the top of the head. Janicic following him down.
Vicious elbows coming down now from Janicic.
It was like a glancing shot against the head, Luke, and then Hosaport just chose to go down to the mat. Oh, another big shot. Hosaport.
Adding up the numbers now with Janicic on top, going to the body well, going to the head. Nice elbows, mixing it all together.
This smells like the beginning of the end here for Hosaport. Big shots, big elbows, total control here from Milos Janicic.
Yeah, looking to go to that mounted crucifix position and gets it. Deadly elbows from on top. but Hoseport powers out. I don't know where he got the energy
He's
from.
still on wobbly legs. Oh, another big shot.
Big
the
hit.
referee on this. That is it. 17 wins, 17 finishes from the man from Montenegro, Janicic.
When he smelled blood, that knee at the end was brutal and just walks off. Knew the job was done at the end of that right knee to the dome. Beautiful stuff, and doesn't even look pleased with himself. Still looking upset about getting caught once or twice, but what a warrior.
They're wearing the damage is Hoseport, and he is a warrior too. Some big shots there, but the pressure, like you said, look, it just mounted, it piled up, and it delivered us this finish. Talk us through some of the action and what eventually led to the stoppage.
There was that little shot there, that left hand that dropped him originally. Like you said, the one that really hurt him was only a glancing shot. We see it here. That left hook, it just caught him on the temple and it drops him. He's in trouble now, and he dived all over him, causing a lot of damage from different ranges as well. Passes the legs, throws big elbows, and then he managed to get the mounted crucifix. We'll see in a second, I'm sure, and landed 3 or 4 very, very heavy elbows. And somehow activated Hoseport to get back to his feet. Here we see the beautiful right knee. He knew it was over. And he walks off. Just so many different measured attacks there from different places. Once he got on top of Hoseport on the ground and he knew he was hurt, he just went to town, landed heavy, landed often.
Do you know what I
see
think?
there, 74 out of 80 shots was significant.
Oh, I think he got upset by the bleeding nose, Luke, in between rounds.
He was
Okay.
extremely upset himself. A little bit of blood pouring from his nose, and he just felt embarrassed. Went out there in the second and cleaned house. Beautiful work, taking out Hoseport.
And let's talk about the record he now holds, Luke. 17 wins, 17 by finish. That's incredible at any level, at any standard, but on this level, even more impressive.
He's a problem. He's a real problem in this lightweight division, and people in this the Tipsport Gamechanger, we're going to see the entire competition, the entire talent on the whole card tonight. We're going to see all the fights, all the people in the tournament. So that's our first winner. He's in the reserve fight, but that's one to watch for sure. What a performance and what a finish. We'll now hand it over to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called stop the reaction in the second round after 1 minute and 23 seconds. And the winner by TKOs coming from the red corner, Miloš Janicic.
Miloš Janicic, an incredible performance, an incredible finish. Yesterday at the weigh-ins, you looked very upset. Hoseport had missed weight by that much. Did that drive you, motivate you today?
Well, first thing, you know, my weight cut was, I killed myself. It was very bad. My performance was bad. Honestly, I was not focused. I was slow, drained, and he came 3.5 kilos. That's too much. Even, I mean, the organization cannot let that happen, 3.5 kilos. And I killed myself to make weight, so upset me a little bit, you know, and affected the match for sure. Because it was not me now. I was drained, you know. But next time, better weight cut, yeah.
If that is not you, if that's at you at a 5, a 6, a 7, then God help him at a 10 or an 8. My goodness, it was a fantastic performance to witness. Maybe we'll get to see the finish coming up here, but it looked like you came determined to get the finish. Just talk us through this.
I was just following the game, you know, his reaction and everything. And I have to get finished every time, 100% finish rate, so I'm gonna keep finishing fights. It was okay, you know. But I can do much, much better for sure. You'll see, you'll see.
That gives you 17 wins, an incredible record of 17 finishes. This was a reserve match. Do you believe this is a big statement now for the rest of the lightweights in the tournament and for the rest of the lightweights in Octagon?
Yeah, for sure, for the rest of the lightweights in Europe, I think, and everywhere. So we will see what's next.
Well, we look forward to whatever is. 17 wins, 17 finishes. Give it one more time. Miloš Janicic.
Fantastic performance there from Miloš Janicic. Put himself on the map there and just cleaned house with that finish in the second round. Set it up beautifully with that right knee, found it, and he knew when it landed that it was all she wrote. Walking off in style like a gangster, and puts himself to 17 wins with 17 finishes. Incredible stuff. We'll move on, and our next fight will be another reserve fight here for the Tipsport Gamechanger. We have Jason Ponnet taking on Łukasz Rowalski.
Yeah, Rajewski making his debut as well. Both these guys looking to make a statement here. Poland versus France, the second of our fights here at the Tipsport Gamechanger event, Octagon 54.
Experienced Frenchman Ponnet will enter one of the 2 reserve fights in Ostrava, where he'll be put to the test by stand-up fighting champion Rajewski. For 16 long years, the well-rounded Jason Ponnet has been part of the professional MMA circuit. After 24 wins, the experienced Amazon Samurai is more than ready for his debut bout in the Octagon cage. KSW